Welcome, dear friends, to the enchanting world of words, the Millennium Library. Here, memories take us back to warm nights where grandmothers and mothers wove the most wonderful tales. Our only wish now is for you to listen, to dive deep into the heart of the stories that shaped our minds and souls. We have embarked on this unique project, the Millennium Library, to gather for you a treasure trove of timeless novels and stories, and present them to you with voices full of warmth and sweetness. It is a legacy we are creating together between humanity and artificial intelligence to remain a testament to the power of words and the magic of storytelling throughout the ages. We hope you find in it what delights your souls and enriches your imagination. If this work touches your hearts, we would be delighted if you share it with your loved ones. And remember, your support lies in liking this segment and leaving your comments which illuminate our path. We are here to grow by you and with you. With sincere regards from the Millennium Library. The beginning of things. In the days of old, Thakur Baba had made everything very convenient for mankind, and it was by our own fault that we made Thakur Baba angry, so that he swore that we must spend labor in making things ready for use. This is the story that I have heard. When the Santals lived in Champa and the Kiskus were their kings, the Santals were very simple and religious and only worshipped Thakur. In those days, the rice grew ready husked, and the cotton bushes bore cloth already woven, and men did not have to pick the lice out of each other's hair. Men's skulls grew loose, and each man could lift off his own skull and clean it and then replace it. But all this was spoiled by the misdeeds of a serving girl of one of the Rajas. When she went into the field for purposes of nature, she would at the same time pick and eat the rice that grew by her. And when she had made her hands dirty cleaning out a cowhouse, she would wipe them on the cloth which she was wearing. Angered by these dirty habits, Thakur Baba deprived men of the benefits which he had conferred upon them, and the rice began to grow in a husk, and the cotton plants only produced raw cotton, and men's skulls became fixed so that they could not be removed. In those old days, too, the sky was quite close to the earth, and Thakur Baba used to come and visit men in their houses. So it was a saying among our forefathers, do not throw your dirty leaf plates near the front or back door, and do not let your brass plates and dishes remain unwashed at night. For if Thakur Baba come along and see them so, he will not come into the house but will be angry and curse us. But one day, a woman, after finishing her meal, threw the used leaf plate out of the door, and a gust of wind carried it up to the sky. This displeased Thakur Baba, and he resolved no longer to dwell in the neighborhood of men, as they were so ill mannered as to throw their dirty leaf plates at him, and so he lifted the sky to its. To this day, men who have heard of this scold those who throw their refuse into the street, and bid them heap it up in some out of the way place. The misdeeds of men at length made Thakur Baba so angry that he resolved to destroy them all. Now, Thakur Baba is Singh Chando, or the sun, and the moon is his wife. And at first there were as many stars by day as there are by night, and they were all the children of the sun and moon, who had divided them between them. So Singh Chando, having resolved to destroy mankind, blazed with a fierce heat till man and beast writhed under the torture of it. But when the moon looked down and saw their sufferings, she was filled with pity, and thought how desolate the earth would be without a living being on it. So she hastened to Singh Chando and prayed him not to desolate the earth, but for all her beseeching the utmost that she could obtain was a promise from her Lord that he would spare one or two human beings to be the seed of a future race. So Singh Chando chose out a young man and a young woman, and bade them go into a cave in a hillside and close the mouth of the cave with a raw hide. And when they were safely inside, he rained fire from heaven and killed every other living being. 5 days and 5 nights it rained fire, and the man and woman in the cave sang to the Baha tune. 5 days and 5 nights the fire will rain. Ho! 5 days and 5 nights, all night long. Ho! Where will you two human beings stay? Where will you two take shelter? There is a hide, a hide. There is also a hill. There is also a cave in the rock. There will we two stay. There will we two take shelter. When they came out of the cave, the first thing they saw was a cow lying burnt to death, with a karki tree fallen on the top of it, and near it was lying a buffalo cow burnt to death. At the sight they sang, "The cow is glowing cinders, glowing cinders. The karki tree is burnt. The buffalo cow has fallen and has been burnt to ashes, to ashes." And as they went on, they sang a similar lament over the remains of each living being as they saw it. Although these two had been spared to raise up a new race, Ninda Chando, the moon, feared that the sun would again get angry with the new race and destroy it, and so she made a plan to trick him. She covered up all her children with a large basket and smeared her mouth and lips with red, and going to Singh Chando, told him that she had eaten up every one of her children, and proposed that he should now eat up his. At first, Singh Chando declined to believe her, but she pointed to her lips and said that they were red with the blood of the children. So Singh Chando was convinced and agreed to eat up his children, except two, whom he would keep to play with. So they devoured all but two, and the two that were saved are the morning and evening stars. Thus Singh Chando was deprived of the power to again burn up the earth. But when that night Ninda Chando let out her own children from under the basket, she warned them to beware of the wrath of their father when he found out the trick that had been played him. When Singh Chando saw Ninda Chando's children still alive, he flew to her in a passion, and the children at the sight of him scattered in all directions, and that is why the stars are now spread all over the sky. At first, they were all in one place. Although the stars escaped, Singh Chando could not restrain his wrath and cut Ninda Chando in two, and that is why the moon waxes and wanes. At first, she was always full like the sun. Some men say that the man and woman whom Thakur hid in the cave were Pilchu Haram and Pilchubudi, and they had 12 sons and 12 daughters, and mankind is descended from them, and has increased and filled the earth, and that it was in that country that we were divided into 12 different races, according to the food which our progenitors chose at a feast. Chando and his wife. Once upon a time, Chando went to the hills to fashion a plough out of a log of wood, and his wife was left at home alone. Chando was so long in coming back that his wife grew impatient. So she made some mosquitoes and sent them to worry him and drive him home. But Chando made some dragonflies, and they ate up the mosquitoes, and he went on with his work. His wife made various other animals and sent them out, but Chando destroyed them all. At last she made a tiger and sent it to frighten him home. But Chando took up a handful of chips from the log he was cutting and threw them at the tiger, and they turned into wild dogs and chased the tiger away. Ever since that, no tiger will face wild dogs. Then Chando's wife shut up a locust in an iron pot, and when Chando at last came home, she asked him, "Why have you been so long? Who is to give food and drink to all the living creatures if you don't attend to business?" Chando answered that he had fed them all. "No, you have not. You have not fed the locust." "But I have said Chando." Then she took the lid off the iron pot and showed him the locust eating grass inside, and Chando had nothing to say. Conclusion of our journey. And so we reach the conclusion of our journey for today, within the unending worlds of words and the never folding pages of knowledge. We have spent an enjoyable and beneficial time together within the embrace of Millennium Library, where voices meet tales and a new cultural legacy is forged. We hope you have enjoyed every moment and delved deeply into the dimensions of the story or novel we presented to you. Always remember that this grand edifice, Millennium Library, is the result of a unique collaboration between human creativity and the profound depth of artificial intelligence. Our goal is to enrich your ears and minds with the treasures of world literature and to make knowledge accessible to everyone, while preserving the ownership rights of Millennium Library for this distinctive production. Don't forget to follow us and activate the notification bell to receive all new content. And share this podcast with everyone around you, for knowledge is light, and together we illuminate the paths. Until we meet again in a future episode and a new literary adventure, may you be in the care and keeping of Allah, and within the realm of immortal words. Millennium Library, where tales are embodied, knowledge is narrated, and creativity is immortalized.